I still feel silly, and I still feel like it's so small. What I'm doing is so small. And I feel silly that, with any portion of the word hero would come anywhere near my name. I mean, anyway, the bottom line is I just think that answering the call makes somebody a hero. Rays of Freedom it's a nonprofit group. They have a building downtown. These ladies were called because they know that human trafficking is real, and they know that human trafficking is happening, and they want to do something about it. Not because they had all the answers, but because they heard the call and they said, okay, God. And they hit the streets and they go out and talk to young people who are out there. I mean, these kids are 12, 13, sometimes 17, and they have nowhere to go. And they go and they call out to them and they say, these are your life necessities. The joy bags that Green has provided are things that they're able to give to them. These toothbrushes and these washcloths and these basic necessities that they're giving to them. That it's probably the first time a lot of these kids have been loved on. A lot of these kids have been given something that says, here's something for you, that's just for you. I don't want anything in return for. And that's what God's love is. It is, here's something for you that I don't want anything back from. And you can't tell that to somebody. You have to show it to somebody. A lot of these people that have been taken off the streets are living with pimps. Can I say pimps? I mean, they are living with people who don't have their best interest at heart. And when they decide to go to these safe houses and be taken off the streets, it's underground. I mean, they're in basements being hidden. People are looking for them. And in these moments, to have that opportunity to go and to take them a joy bag or to take them something that Green has graciously provided, that's like being able to approach the throne of God. And Green has enabled me to do that, because when Rays of Freedom called and said, we can use your help, I went to Green and I went to the missions department, and Bun said yes, which was awesome, and those bags got put together. But each one of those bags was blessed. Every one of those toothbrushes, washcloths, soaps, all of those things was blessed. And so when you're able to hand a bag or something over to somebody, yeah, you're not, strapping them down and telling them, God loves you, be saved. But it's a softer way. And that's how God speaks a lot of times to me. It's a soft way where he comes in and tells you, I love you, use this washcloth to wash your face, and here's a toothbrush, or here's a bar of soap, and something that's so simple. God is in the simple. I complicate it a lot. I try to make it overcomplicated or figure it out. This is how God needs to help this, or how he's going to help the situation. But I don't have those answers. And I think only answer he wants you to give is just answering his call. When we went on the streets, we had the bags, and it was time to go. It was time to hit the streets. And there was this fear. I couldn't get out of the car at first. They were like, okay, let's go minister to these people. And I couldn't, because I thought to myself, oh man, who am I to be going and talking to these people? Who am I to be doing this? Man, right when God has something really big for you, get ready. You will be flooded in with the doubt of why you shouldn't be doing it. And that is when you push through. And he gives you chances. That's the thing too. Like, I sat in the car for a little while. But in this last moment where she stopped the car and she jumped out this very last time, I felt it. God was just like, get out. This is your chance. And I jumped out of the car, and I was able to go meet some of the most awesome people ever and make them laugh in ways that I have never made anyone laugh in my life, which I felt so honored to do. It was the greatest blessing ever. But I had to push through the fear. Yeah, it's real. I mean, you talk about going in the streets and you talk about getting out there, but when you're out there and you're approached with somebody that you don't know who they are and they don't know who you are in that moment. But I think a lot of times that fear is what you want to push through. Pushing through that fear, I think God is right there on the other side.